When's the last time we released a podcast?
I don't even know. It has been let me look. Let's look. Let's find out.
This is important. Because we
The last episode came out March 25th. So it's been over a month. It will be this will come out probably next Friday. So like the first week of May. So all of April will have been a podcast-less month.
Well, listen, from my end, my kids had this massive developmental leap. It is their fault.
Blame the kids.
They had a developmental leap at 3.5. They stopped sleeping. They turned into tiny little freaking crazy things. I posted about it on LinkedIn and I got like 300 comments of people supporting me.
Solidarity, for sure.
It was actually the most helpful thing. That is community helping each other. Like that was like, I was like, okay, I didn't scrape them. I literally copy pasted all the comments into AI and I said, what can I learn from all of these amazing, helpful humans? And it gave me a playbook for my son that has actually been working. So that's cool.
Really? Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
I want to know more about that later.
Yeah. But I was just, I wasn't sleeping. I was in a bad mood. And we've been working hard, We've
been busy. We've been busy.
You know what? Actually, I'm going to take everything I just said back and I'm going to squarely blame you for it.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, how are you blaming your kids on this one? Like,
No,
this is pretty
my
much
kids made me
our
tired.
fault.
No, it's your fault because because our podcast, regularly scheduled podcast time got taken over by your kid. You moved the podcast time, and then my brain doesn't function on Friday afternoon.
Yeah, but then you don't have your microphone Friday morning on Fridays anymore because of your kids. But I mean, 1,000 routes has taken a lot of the spare podcast time has gone to 1,000 routes lately.
Yeah, and that is something everybody should go listen to. That is quite the show.
That is quite the roller coaster.
Are they coming out? Because you don't.
Yeah, they're ripping.
Dude,
We're
you
ripping.
don't market them, so I don't even see them.
Yeah, I know. I don't do much marketing these days, mainly because I have you. But
yeah, but you got to get. I think we made a decision to.
We're leaving money on the table
to market. We got to market that show on this show and on.
We got to market that. So this episode of How Solo Scale is brought to you by 1,000 Routes. If you, dear listener, want to normalize the experience of building a tiny and mighty business, go head on over to 1000routes.com or anywhere you listen to great podcasts and hear the stories of regular people just like us that are doing really cool things to build a little business or a little micro agency.
Yeah, it's different than this. It's a interview style podcast. And
yeah, I talk to people.
I think that was the first time we ever talked. Was it the first or second time we ever talked on that show?
That was the second conversation we ever had, I think. But we've had some notable people such as Erica Schneider, Jen Allen Knuth, Devin Reed. Mm-hmm. Soon to come out will be Morgan Ingram. Louis Grenier just came out. Yeah,
you've talked to all the greats.
I've talked to a lot of really cool people, and I mean, there's so many more. There's so many people. There's season 1 was like 60-ish, 57 episodes.
Yeah, you're a beast.
And now season 2, I'm on like episode 10 of season 2, and I'm like, whoa, that's a lot of episodes. But it's fun. So I don't know how long season 2 is going to run, but go listen to it because it just makes you feel a little more seen because you don't feel so crazy. Mm-hmm. Anyway, so that's where we've been. That's what we've been doing.
That's where you've been.
That's where I've been.
And I've just been sitting around on Friday morning missing our old podcast slot.
I know. Well, I'm at forest school with my children. You're just like, I wonder what.
Damn you, prioritizing your kids over our marketing. Get your priorities right.
I know. What the heck, Nick? Get it together. Oh, God. Oh, this is good. This is really good. Well, what do you want to talk about today?
This is going to be an expletive sentence and potentially filled show. So if you are listening to this around children, heads up.
Don't.
My kids started going, Jesus Christ. Just terrible.
Oh, okay. I don't know.
I don't say that. Anna says that. My wife says that all the time. I'm like, babe, don't do that.
Don't do that.
God damn it. I'm like, okay,
no, don't do that. No, don't do that.
Don't do any of that.
No.
I want to talk about how the amount of fucks that you give as a business owner directly correlates to the amount of money that you make and outcomes that you get for clients, because
And your happiness.
and
how
your
happy you are.
happiness in your life and all of that shit. It is a data driven fact that
Anecdotal data.
first party data that our clients, that we have seen across our clients, the ones that are the happiest, most successful, and complain the least about their situation, give more fucks generally. So that's where I want to start. Let's talk about that.
I think it's a good place to start. Why this subject right now? Because our vantage point affords us the opportunity to see inside of a bunch of different businesses. And I think our job is to pattern match. And this one might seem, actually, I think it is very obvious in a lot of ways. It's like, oh, well, like, you should probably care. But we don't realize how much giving a shit makes a difference in your life and how in your ability to wake up every day and put your feet on the floor and go and do some stuff to make a difference for your clients, and not just hate, not just feel kind of like Eeyore, just like moping or bebopping through life, just being like, well, I guess this is just what I'm gonna do. If we look at all of our friends, peers, and clients in this space, the pattern is clear. The more you give a shit, the easier things are. And when I say give a shit, that shows up in a couple ways. One is like, do you really like doing the work? So here's an easy example. We talk about Brian Koffler at Diggs all the time. Brian loves what he does. He loves working. He loves what he does. He likes making a difference for these companies. He likes paying his contractors really well. He likes the relationships. He loves the thrill of the hunt of like starting conversations and sales calls and closing deals. Like, he just loves it. He loves the great game of business. And it is very obvious that passion bleeds through to the client experience, to the sales experience, and fuels much of the success he's seen. Like, I watch all Brian's sales calls back, and one of the things I hear all the time from his prospects is they say some variation of, it is clear that you really care. Especially in the demand gen space. There's so many options of people that are just kind of like, I can do it. Like, I have fingers that fing and a face that will stare at a screen, and I can click the buttons. And they're not like super thrilled about it. And Brian's energy is very contagious, and buyers want to be around it. The employees and the contractors, they want to be around it. Like, it's very motivating to be around people who are inspired by the things that they're doing. So I think we see that bleed through. And then the opposite end, we see people that are just like, I've just been doing the same thing for so long, and it's just what I do. And they're very disenchanted with the work. And because of that, they struggle to start conversations. They struggle to close. They struggle to create outcomes, inspire their own clients that they do have to want to do more things and bigger things and take bigger bets. And so, I don't know, that's enough rambling around the edges here, but I think this is an important subject because oftentimes we forget that how much giving a shit really matters.
Yeah. I want to double click on 3 things that you said. And for the first time in my life, I just took notes so I don't forget.
I saw that. I was like, ooh,
I'm starting
look at you.
to massively not trust my short-term memory.
It's terrible.
My children just
getting worse. You can't blame your children for this.
Oh, I'm going to blame them. I'm going to blame them because they're going to blame everything on me later. So now's my time to blame them.
Okay, fair. They will blame you.
Oh, 100%.
Potentially.
Do you ever have that moment where you do something and then you just pause for a second and you're like, oh, they're going to blame me for that later?
I do this all the time. I told Logan real quick. I told Logan the other day, he was 3.5. Mm-hmm. I was like, he wasn't like doing something and he wasn't articulating something to me. You're just kind of whining. And I was like, look, it's like, talk to me like an adult.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, oh, wait, you're not an adult. Like, I was like, why did I say that? That's like, what am I talking about? You're a bait. You're a little.
That is survival mode desperation. The whining is the most physically painful thing in the entire world. And I can't find my stupid loop things that you told me to buy, those little headphone
Oh, dude, I just
noise
found mine.
canceling
Where'd they go?
things. I can't.
Oh, I just found it. They're right here. I just found
We
it.
had 2 pairs. Oh my God. Of course
I
you
just
hold
found
them
them
up and
again.
just throw it in my face. I have no
I just,
idea
well,
where
they were missing for months. I just found them because I'm moving and I'm clearing stuff out.
I need them back in my life because the high pitched whine, like I physically
Yeah, no,
can't.
it's brutal.
Anyway, the point is this.
Okay, what did you double click on? Let's double click on your 3 things.
All right, I've got 3 things. Thing number 1, the thrill of the hunt. If you don't care about going out and getting new business, it is going to be very difficult. I'm not saying biz dev has to be your favorite part of the job. Doing a great job on the deliverables, if that's where your energy is, great. But if you despise going out and getting business, it is going to be a really difficult journey. And another data-driven fact.
Anecdotal data.
What is this? Allegedly. You're like correcting me because the lawyers come.
Allegedly. This is qualitative research.
Our clients and our friends in this space who work for themselves, the ones who enjoy the thrill of the hunt, or at least do not despise it, generally have a better time. They have a better go of it. It's if you are in the mindset of hopefully this will just keep coming to me without me going to get it, you're going to have some really difficult times in your business because that's just never the case. So you will have months where it comes to you, and then you will have months where it won't, and the months where it doesn't are going to give you anxiety for the rest of your life. So feeling like you give a fuck about going to get it, even if you don't love it, super important. Direct tie to stronger revenue, better outcomes. That leads me to my second one, caring about the outcomes. It is very difficult to care about the outcomes that you get for clients if you don't give a shit about the work. I can relate to this one pretty intensely. I love writing, but I don't give a shit about B2B blogs that are SEO optimized. And I spent 4 to 6 years of my life writing, editing, and managing B2B blogs that were SEO optimized, and it sucked the soul from my soul. I don't know, whatever I'm trying to say. Short-term memory gone. Witty
Soul
phrases
exited.
gone. They're gone. And so if I remember when I first talked to you back before we knew each other, worked together, and I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do, I was trying to build an offer around these B2B blogs, etc., because I knew that I was very good at them and I could make money on my own doing them. And that was the thing. If I had gone down that path, I would be a very unhappy human right now. And I think a lot of us leave our jobs or get laid off, whatever propels us to go do things on our own. And we gravitate towards the things that we are naturally good at. And that's a good starting point, but that is by no means the required ending point. And I think that that's an important thing to just remember. Like, just because you can doesn't mean you should. So that's thing number 2. Thing number 3 is it is statistically proven that
Whose statistics?
I'm just messing now. If something was easy before and then it suddenly becomes harder, some people are going to have a really hard time with that. We have seen the people who have been on LinkedIn since like 2018 feel really down bad on themselves for the analytics right now. A lot of woe is me. A lot of it was easier back then. Yeah, it was. It was. In the same vein, if it was easy to get business when you first started, which generally we've written about this and talked about this before, it's usually quite easy year 1 if you are a well-connected person to tap into your network and get something going. And then you have to go on the hunt year 2, year 3. It's going to feel harder. Some people respond to new challenges better than others. And the people who look at a new challenge and go, buckle up, generally are going to make more money and feel happier and get better outcomes for their clients than the ones who look at them and go, oh, damn, woe is me. That's my rant.
I like your rant.
Thanks.
You need more of those around here.
I'm going to take notes from now on.
Can you list your 3 things again?
Yeah. Thrill of the hunt, caring about outcomes, and if it was easy before and it feels hard now.
Yeah, and it feels like work now.
Yeah.
All right. The thrill of, I just like think we should jam on all 3 of these things because they definitely matter. Thrill of the hunt. We've talked about this a bit, in the past, but it bears repeating. Like, there are only a few ways that you can get clients, like that you can generate leads in this business. And if you don't want to do any of them, you don't like them, or you feel very like, I guess I'll do it. Like, you probably don't want to be an entrepreneur, or you need to partner with somebody who really does like doing that stuff.
Yeah, that's a cheat code.
Yeah.
There are cheat codes out there.
I don't even know if it's a cheat code. I just think it's just like, it's just what you have to do.
Yeah.
So partner with somebody who likes to do those things. But like, let's be real about the things that you can do to get clients. You can network, right? You can go meet people. You can go outbound. You can interrupt people. You can create content and try to get inbound. I believe that content kind of leads to the networking thing, and it leads to more conversations in that way. But the content will also ideally produce inbound or drive other types of referrals. But like, so I think the content's the most versatile thing. But like, if you don't want to do any of those things, if you don't want to network, if you're very like, I guess I'll do it, you're not going to have fun. It's like, if there's no fun in this for you, like, you don't have to be crazy to do this work, but it helps. Mm-hmm. Like, this should be fun. Going and getting business should be fun. And figuring that out, because like, that's one of the primary components of being an entrepreneur and building something yourself, like building your own business. You know, the people who like really are really stuck on LinkedIn of yesteryear, to that I say, boo fucking who.
I
Whatever.
mean, it's harsh, but I feel the exact same way.
I mean, like,
things change.
Like, let's just be very real practical about this, right? If you're stuck on LinkedIn doesn't work as well as it used to, like, what did you think it was going to get fucking easier? Did you think fewer people were going to do it? Did you think that everyone was going to see all the opportunity out there and go, I guess I'll pass? Like, what? Like, what did we realistically think was going to happen? But now here's the thing that I think LinkedIn optimizes for themselves, right? And so they show you things like how many impressions did you get and how many engagements did you get? Because those are things that LinkedIn's going to track, and they want you to make that number go up. Mm-hmm. And when that number is higher, if it's lower now than it used to be, you're going to try really hard to make it go up. But I've had people say, well, I filled my whole cohort, but my LinkedIn reach is worse than it's ever been. I'm like, who cares? Who cares? So if you're feeling like really down on this stuff, who cares is really the thing. Like we optimize for deals over dopamine. If you're making your money, like, good. I don't want to, like, no one really wants to play LinkedIn in that way. Like, no one thinks like being on LinkedIn is like the most fun thing in the world. And I know that might feel counter to like the thrill of the hunt concept, but like LinkedIn as a place, like I like talking to people.
The thrill of the hunt for me ends with strong relationships, happy clients, money in my pocket. The thrill of the hunt does not equate to, OMG, look at how many impressions my post on this stupid platform got me.
This dumb toy.
Come on. I said it the other day. I was like, I think people have an ego hole. There's like literally a hole in their ego.
You try to fill it with impressions?
Well, first of all, it used to, if you're in this cohort that we're talking about, it used to be filled with impressions. And now those impressions have been taken away by LinkedIn and the inshitification of the internet and social media platforms. That is inevitable based on history. This is just how things work. So it's left them with an ego hole. And then just in general, if you have an ego hole and you're someone who tries to fill that with external validation, which none of us are saying we don't feel that. It feels good, of course. But if that is something that makes you feel better and you're in a part of your life where you don't have other things to fill that hole, it's going to hurt. I get it. I encourage you to bring up your bank account and look at that more than stupid fake points on a stupid platform that we're all playing a game on and making good friends on and relationships and stuff. But it is a game.
Yeah.
Business is a game.
LinkedIn is a toy. LinkedIn is basically just like a little
so many people are
toy.
trying to throw the toy out of the stroller or the pram or whatever what's that phrase?
Throw the baby out with the bathwater.
Whatever, I don't know.
I
People
don't know
are trying to.
going.
Everyone's just complaining. Oh, LinkedIn. Okay, yeah.
Whatever.
Is there AI nonsense on LinkedIn? Sure. But like anyway.
Let's level set. I know I don't want to go down the LinkedIn ego hole much further, but we work with a ghostwriter, and one of the things that she told us, and we've been saying this for a while, but she just told us something the other day, and I thought it was really interesting. And she was like, "Yeah, like my posts about herself and her business, she goes, the posts that get the least amount of impressions, engagement, are the ones that produce the most leads for me."
Mm-hmm. And she has a lot of followers. She does brand deals, the whole thing. And she was like, "Does it hurt my ego hole? Yes. Does it hurt less? Or really, does the hurt go down to zero when I look at my bank account? Yes." That is the correct attitude.
All the sales calls that get booked from the posts that do the worst, like, I'm like, yes, this is, like, we've been saying the same thing. It's like the less engagement you get is probably because you're getting the right people. Mm-hmm. So anyway, back to giving a shit. And so giving a shit about the hunt. What was the second thing on your list?
Giving a shit about the hunt, caring about outsized outcomes for clients.
Outcomes.
Yeah.
Okay. Outcomes can be many different things, not just financial, although like financial outcomes are good. There's emotional outcomes that most of our clients, like our clients and their clients, all experience some sort of emotional change. The relief is often a big one. Mm-hmm. But like, if you don't give a shit about that, and you don't push your clients, you don't push yourself to be better, to better serve your clients, then like nothing very compelling. Like that, at that point, you're just as good as AI. Mm-hmm. Like you're no better of a coach or consultant than AI is, because you're just as agreeable.
I just want to say something that hopefully we're all thinking. B2B marketing. It doesn't matter. Like, we're not saying that we want you to care to the point of lying to yourself that what we're doing is as important as, nonprofits.
You're not curing cancer here.
Yeah.
Like this is like I don't expect anybody to wake up in the morning and be like, I love creating shareholder value. Right? Like that's not the point. But like to the Brian example, like Brian loves to help these good people do better things, like do well in their careers and in their job, in their life. Like it's just a fulfilling thing to help a business grow.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, some of these companies have like dumb executives and shitty founders and like a board and a bunch of venture capital that's extractive and has all the wrong incentives. Like, yes, all of those things can still be true, but like that doesn't mean that good people don't work there and that you should just immediately or automatically not give a fuck about those people. Mm-hmm. Like
Brian also loves
used to be one of those people.
Yeah, and Brian also loves money. He loves making money for his clients. He loves making money for himself. I think that's a valiant value.
Yeah,
one of my values is wealth.
Yeah, like there's nothing wrong with making money. Like absolutely. Like, and that's like another thing. It's like, cool, the better I do for my clients, the happier they are, the more money they make, the more I can charge. Like the more money that I'm making, the more money I can pay my, like also a part of this is like, there's a bigger effect here, which is like, you can pay your people better. Mm-hmm. You can create more opportunities for more people as your business grows. Yep. That's really, really satisfying and gratifying for people, especially people like Brian, who are like, he has 3 full-time team members looking for a 4th, potentially a 5th, like bananas.
Full-time contractors, just to
yeah. They're not W-2s.
Yeah.
But like they're full-time. I mean, they work 9 to 5, like they're online working with him and the clients at Diggs all week, every week. And I think that that's really important. So anyway, giving a shit about the work. I mean, we always say, like, it's the way that I always put it, is like, we want to make a difference for people who want to make a difference for people. And I think that like that is a motivating thing for us. But if you don't give a shit about any of that stuff, like, it's going to show, right? You're going to just be kind of Eeyore and be really ho-hum about it. And like, that doesn't, people feel that shit. And it's not very exciting to want to work with somebody like that. So the more you give a shit, I'm not saying fake it. I'm not saying fake it at all. I'm saying you got to figure out what you give a shit about. This is why when back to the original premise of Harness and Hone as a business was like, you need to give a shit about the problem you solve, the thing that you do for people. Because if you don't care, the world will know. Everyone will know.
Yeah. And
no, like, you can't lie to yourself about this.
It's really important the story that you tell yourself too. If you wake up at, like, I'll take me for example, most of what I do in terms of deliverables for our clients is content for LinkedIn. If I woke up every day and was like, I'm excited about creating content for LinkedIn today, I'd quit. Like, it's not exciting. But the story that I tell myself, which I believe to be true, and this is how it is perceived by our clients, is I'm helping you take your words and put them into the market to capture signal, and then to take that signal back to better your business and better the outcomes that you can get for your clients and get more clients. That is much more interesting to me than I'm just posting on LinkedIn. And I can take that skill and I can put it on, if LinkedIn dies tomorrow, I can still do the same skill on whatever other platform pops up or newsletters or whatever it takes, right? So if you're telling yourself something that's really, I mean, you talk about this all the time, like the words that you say to yourself matter. The way that you view yourself matter. If you tell yourself every day that you suck and what you do sucks, that's going to become what you believe, but you can rewire that shit.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I mean, I've talked about this plenty of times. Like, I don't love offers. Like, this idea of offers is like I don't wake up every day and be like, I can't fucking wait to make a cool offer today. Like, I can't like that. No one, I don't think that, I don't care about that stuff. Like, do I see the world in a way that allows me to help people package up their thinking in their process and all the shit in a way that is easy to do the thing? Like, yeah, sure, great. But like, I give way more of a shit about helping people take the thinking in the packaging and then go and doing something with it. Like, to see the difference that it can make. That's more interesting. Like, largely, like, it's the funniest thing about all of this is like the offer is so largely inconsequential. Like, that's not, and this isn't a secret. Like it comes down to the individual. This is why I tell people, it's like, if you can see it in your brain, in your mind's eye, you can sell it. You don't need a website. You don't need any of this shit. We know plenty of people doing $50,000 a month without a website. Like, these things are not required. There are no rules. You don't need certain things. Like, you individually may need some things to help you feel what you need to feel about it, to feel a certain type of way about it so that you can go and do the next thing. Some people feel they need a website. It helps them see it. But some people, they work exceptionally well in like the gray area. Okay, cool. Like, whatever. Like, I can just go and do that. But the point is like, to your thing, it's like the outcomes. Like, I don't, like, you're not sitting there thinking like, oh, I love creating LinkedIn content so much. I'm not thinking, oh, I love offers so much. It's like, I just like what the work allows people to do.
And I like the process of the in-betweens. Like, I like the conversations that lead to the content. I like the process of writing the content. Do I care that like, is it exciting that it's going on LinkedIn? No, hell no. But it feels good. I like puzzles. And I feel like what we do a lot of the time is people come to us all jumbled and we help them put the pieces together. And that is a very good feeling. So yeah, the story that you tell yourself, and then the story that you tell the market and ultimately your clients, it matters a lot. And that's going to contribute to the amount of fucks that you give.
Yeah. There's no framework for giving a fuck.
Wake up every day and say, I give a fuck 5 times in the mirror.
Yeah, convince yourself. It isn't about convincing yourself of anything. If you're doing work that you don't like, and you say things like, yeah, I know I got to do it. I just got to do it. It's just one of those things I just got to do. Like, you should probably take stock in the situation. Like, I think I'm good. If you're like, I think I'm good at this. I think I should do this.
Yeah.
If these are the things that run through your head, let's take some serious stock in the situation. Like, I'm not trying to convince anybody like, oh, you got to go back and get a job or something, or like try to get a W-2 role somewhere else or something like, no, it's none of that. But like, I think the important thing is to be honest with yourself. The last point on this concept is like, if you don't give a shit, how could you expect anybody else to give a shit about you or the work that you're doing? Because like Brian's experience, like that anecdote, when I listen to all these sales calls and people lean in and the prospects lean in, they go, like, you're fired up about this. Like, you care a lot. Like, I've interviewed a bunch of different agencies and a bunch of different freelancers about demand gen and doing all this stuff. No one is like as in it and pumped as you are. Like, don't cares as much as you do.
Yeah.
I've heard that like 1,000 times from these calls, and it's like, that's the magic, right? Like, that's the magic of building a successful business in a lot of ways, is your ability to give a shit and truly give a shit. Like, you cannot fake it because people see through your bullshit. People know if you're lying to them.
I'm going to take it a step further and say that's part one of the magic. Part two is delivering on the magic, because I know a lot of people out there that are really, really excited about things and then they just don't have the skills to execute.
Well, right. Yeah. Like, making good on your promises is part of like.
Making good on your promises is a very difficult life skill.
I guess, you don't really think about it much, but like it is a life skill, being a person of your word.
Yeah.
But being good, I guess in my mind, the more as we talk about this, like, being good at it is kind of table stakes. But it is important. Like, there's one thing to be a good talker and a good salesperson, like, because there's like a bunch of people who are bullshit and they can just sell anyone anything. They're charismatic people. Like, I'm not talking about that.
Yeah, I just wanted to make that super clear.
Yeah, like,
we live in a world
that's the opposite of what we're talking about. Those are
hyped up charisma.
Those are people who are lying to themselves, and other people can see through it. I think there's an interesting like turning point in all of this, which is like, at some point, you, the founder, get out of delivery.
That's what I was trying to say.
Out of the work.
You're taking my point. Damn it.
Okay, go ahead.
I was trying to say the most exciting part of all of this as a business owner, if you're in the business owner mindset as opposed to just the doer mindset, is if you get bored of the thing or you don't really love doing the thing, but you like being around the thing, you can outsource that shit. You don't, like, Brian doesn't click buttons really anymore. He's very strategic. He's excited about the results from the button clicking. He talks to his clients about the button clicking. He keeps them updated and all that stuff. He advises on the button clicking, but he's not button clicking. Like, if I get bored of, if I really, really hate LinkedIn one day, I can outsource that shit. I can just read it at the end.
Yeah.
There's ways around that, but you can't get there if you don't see yourself as a business owner.
Well, that goes down to like, what is your role in the business? And I think this is part of the reason people slow down and stop feeling excited about any of this shit, which is, if we don't have clarity on our role, or if we're in a role that we don't want to be in, you start to lose a lot of steam. So there's like plenty of people that are doing everything and they don't want to be doing everything. They don't want to be clicking the buttons. There are plenty of people that are doing sales and don't want to do sales anymore. Or they run clients. They don't want to run clients anymore. They just want to do the work. You get people, I just want to do the work. I don't want to do all this other stuff. I don't want to go get leads. I just want to do the work. I would argue that being an entrepreneur opens you up to having to do those things. Like, that's, in my job, that is the work. It's all the work. I think we have found, this is our opinion and our vantage point, like, you can want anything you want out of your business. What we have found is that the people who scale themselves out of the tactics and they manage like marketing, sales, and client relationships, like, and inside of relationships is strategy and direction of the account. Like, if they can play in those three main areas, like, they're as happy as could be. They're just as happy as could be. And they have a team of a pod structure of people horizontally integrated into their accounts that just help them deliver all the stuff. And that structure seems to be very fulfilling for people because they get to do the part where they expert. They use their expertise, and you can have a POV and a leading thought on an idea or a category. They get to sell, which like selling is really fulfilling for a lot of people because it's fun to make money.
Mm-hmm.
The dopamine hit is real, really good when you close a deal.
The best.
Side note, let's take a quick side quest. I have found that people are very disenchanted with sales. They're like, I hate sales. I don't want to be in sales. I don't want to do the sales. Sales is icky. I feel weird. I hate it. Blah. All this shit about sales because they don't have a structured sales process. Like they're just kind of like jamming with people on calls and they end up in the wrong place. It's hard to close, hard to gain commitment to move things forward. They don't know exactly how to explain a thing. That like solving for that, like people who have told us they hate sales are just like, oh, like it's very simple and I greatly enjoy this process now.
It's so fun. All you do is ask a bunch of really good targeted questions.
And it's not even like that many questions. Like the content makes selling easier, like significantly. Delivering for your clients makes selling significantly easier. But if you just have an approach, a structured way to have a conversation with someone that it lands you where you need to be, and you're not afraid to close, like generally people love sales. Like I'd argue everyone's in sales. I don't care if you're a fucking dentist. Like everybody is in sales.
One more pivot on this, not pivot, deeper dive into the selling thing. Just yesterday, you were encouraging one of our clients to go start more conversations. Mm-hmm. And he said, oh, I just hate selling. Like I hate selling myself. I loved your response was, who says you have to sell? What do you mean? The reframe is so important because starting conversations with people does not at all have to be, I am here because I want to sell something to you. It's very much a, hey, cool to meet you. Like the way you think about this. Let's get to know each other. Oh, that's an interesting problem. I've solved it a few times. Want to talk more about it? Like, it's not a jam down your throat like AI spam nonsense. Oh, by the way, do not
Don't do that.
use AI to bother people in DMs. Please, please. Starting relationships is one of the most important parts of being an entrepreneur, solopreneur, whatever you want to call yourself. Do not outsource that shit to a robot that's going to sound like a robot and piss people off. Just please. PSA, don't do it. It never works.
Yeah, it never works.
And if it works, if it does work for you, then I don't think that
something's wrong.
Yeah.
Something is really wrong. But let us ground ourselves.
Okay, all right, chill out, Nick. Just calm down.
Calm down, Erica. Let's ground ourselves in an idea real quick, which is the reason this is so important. Because we are all in the relationship business. You sell services, B2B services. You don't need a shitload of customers. You need a few customers, right? You are not in the traffic business where you need all the customers in the world. Like in traffic businesses, you can automate the DMs. Who cares?
Yeah, go for it.
Go for it. Have fun. Have at it. That's why, like on Instagram, everyone's like, DM me, shlabba ding dong, and I'll send you my thing, blah blah whatever. And like you comment shlabba ding dong, and then it automatically DMs you something through ManyChat. Like that whole fake engagement process that has been automated into oblivion. There's no relationship building there, right? That's all traffic based. When we're talking like you're in the relationship business, and if you're not interested in building relationships with people, like we might be in the wrong business because you don't have to sell anyone anything. We're in the business of meeting people and starting conversations, and conversations are how you build relationships, and relationships become business opportunities. It is no more complicated than that. But a lot of people have convinced themselves that in order to do that, you have to be some sort of cyborg human AI robot thingy and like DM a bajillion people some stupid nonsense.
I think it's simpler than that. I think it's if AI can, why not? I think that's what's going through all of our brains right now.
Yeah, I guess there's like, cool, if I could outsource this to AI, then like
this takes up my time. I could be spending this time on delivery. I'm behind on delivery, but I have to do sales. It's the same reason why people use AI for all the things that they shouldn't
All
use
the
AI
dumbest
for.
things.
Listen up. I love AI. I use it for so many things, but there are certain things that require human touch, and God damn it, human conversations has to be one of them. It just does, or else our robots are just going to be talking to each other, and we're never going to build relationships. You can't do that in services.
The dead internet.
Can you imagine
we're
the
like
day?
half
Like, are we
there
going to
on
get there where we sell
LinkedIn
service?
is half dead in a lot of ways. Like,
I
it's usually like
know.
AI posts being commented on by like AI.
I just can't believe so many people are that. I asked someone the other day on LinkedIn, I was like, why? I'm just so curious why, because he was like, I just tried to do AI outreach and it was bad. It didn't work. And I was like, why
No
did you do
shit.
it? And he responded, he was like, two things. One, laziness. Two, greed.
He was very honest with that.
He was
respect the shit
very
out of that.
self-reflective. I respect him as a person. Like, I was genuinely curious, and I get it. I get
But
it.
he said the quiet part out loud that everyone else is like, they're like, but it's optimization, like a productivity, and really it's laziness and greed.
Yeah, I loved that answer. I was like, thanks for being honest.
Yeah,
I respect
100%,
you more
100%.
now that you like it. It's just like, God, like AI can do anything. That does not mean it should do everything.
Right.
It's just
laziness and greed.
Yeah.
I think it's a bit of fear too. Like if they get rejected, if someone says this is stupid, if someone doesn't answer them, like, oh, it's the AI, it's AI.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like you can kind of like pass the buck and not feel dumb or rejected by
Feeling
people.
dumb and rejected is part of the game. Come on.
That's the game, though. That is
the
the game.
game.
That's true.
If you
That is the game.
you can't accept being dumb and rejected, put that on the list of it's going to be really hard to be an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
Also, when did failure become so bad? Failure is where all good things come from.
Max Trailer told me when I interviewed him on 1,000 Rounds, he goes, failure's the only option.
It is. So much failure got
I was
us
like,
both
oh,
here.
Duh. Like, no, it's like in a lot of ways, in all the ways, failure is the only option. And in all the ways, failure like is not an option. And when I say that,
That's
I
very
mean,
profound.
you're going to fail a lot. I know from experience. Like, you're going to fail a lot. But you also, like, you only actually fail if you give up. Like, giving up, I should say giving up is not an option. But you are going to fail.
Yes. And you should fail. I was listening to a podcast this morning as well. This is another bar. He said the best way to stay young is to take on a new challenge. It's true. Like, we're also scared of challenge. Like, oh, AI can do it for me. It's like, go learn something that you don't know.
Go suck at something.
Yeah, go suck at something. Go get uncomfortable is the best way to stay young. Oh, also, if you want to get old really quickly, go have kids. My hair is just going gray, dude. It's just going. It's
Yeah,
going,
my
and
beard.
that train left the station a long time ago.
Yeah, my beard is going pretty good. I was like, what happened?
That's okay. Age is a blessing.
Yeah, it's true.
I like getting older.
It's a great day. As my friend Mike Sedman says, it's a great day to be alive.
It is.
All right, what was the third thing on your list of things?
Kind of what we were just talking about. If you're uncomfortable with things getting hard that used to be easy, then it's gonna suck.
Yeah, get comfortable being uncomfortable,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, but the whole point of all of this is remembering that why you did it in the first place. Like, there are some of us who have been entrepreneurs for a while, and they go, and I'm not saying me or you, like, in the grand scheme of things, like, we're still like baby entrepreneurs in a lot of ways.
Yeah, we're on what, year 4?
I started in 23.
I
It'll be
started a
July
side
of
hustle
23.
in 22. Does that count?
June of 23.
I didn't
actually.
leave the nest until 23.
Yeah, so
All right.
there you go.
There you go.
So we're like, 3 years in.
It's 26
that's-
for anyone listening
Yeah.
in the future.
Anyone listening in 4 years from now, it is April of 2026. Yeah, all those future people coming through. It's just my parents. Just listening.
Listening
in
to it for the
future.
10th time.
Yeah. Thank you, Mom and Dad, for pumping up those engagement numbers to get some sponsors in here. Anyway, those downloads.
I don't think my parents know how to listen, or else they
Vanity
would.
metrics. Oh, I'm sorry. They'll call. My dad will help them. What were we talking about? What was I trying to say?
Oh shit. So that it's the short-term memory. I've got no idea. What were we just talking about?
I don't know. We were talking about the podcast. And
Oh,
then maybe-
20. We're baby entrepreneurs.
Oh, we're
That's
baby
what
entrepreneurs. Yeah, see how that works? Yeah, we're baby entrepreneurs in the grand scheme of things, right? People who are doing it 5, 10, 15 years have seen a lot more shit. But like the longer you do it, the less I think the best way I can articulate is like you become so disenchanted with the work and just being in business because you've just been shit on for a really long time. No matter how well you're doing, like you kind of always just feel like you're getting shit on sometimes. Being able to like take your lumps and understand that is part of the process. And then some people say, well, I'm really bored with the work. I don't want to do this type of thing anymore. I'm really bored with the work. And to that I say, if you're getting bored with the work, like this is the exact right time to double down on that exact thing. Not do work you hate, bored with the work, but if you're just like, I don't know, I've just done it a lot. Like, what else is there to do? It's like, this is exactly the point to do more of it because you're ultra efficient. You're well known for the thing. All of the stars are beginning to align around this thing.
Yeah, I agree. And then go challenge yourself in a new way outside of the work so that you are not bored in life.
Pickleball or some shit. I don't care what you can go learn to paint.
Learn to paint.
Like the risk, like the point of business, I think in long term is like, well, how do we de-risk being in business? Not that you can de-risk anything down to zero, but like, how do we de-risk business as much as possible? How do we stabilize revenue as much as possible? How do we grow the revenue to wherever we want it to be as much as possible? And changing the shit up a lot may fill your ego hole to be like, I can reinvent myself. I'm fucking like Snoop Dogg. Like I can just become whoever I want to be. Like, sure, you can. No one's like paying that close attention, but like you're just making it harder for yourself. And so maybe you're going to be like, cool, like now instead of writing LinkedIn posts, I write Substack notes. Like, great. It's not going to change like the fact that you do or don't care about the work in a meaningful way.
Do you want to know what my de-risking plan is? keeping you alive. Because if you go, I'm screwed.
Oh, man. We have the same plan. This is so funny. We have the same plan.
Oh, man.
So, yeah, it's like, again, there's no formula to this. I think that's like that's where I want to land this plane. It's like, there's no formula to this, but like being conscious of this whole thing, probably, is my give a shit factor too low? And if it is, well, let's just have an honest conversation with ourselves. Am I in the right business? Is it time to do something different? Like, and that could be a different type of work. That could be going in-house. That could be anything. I know a branding consultant who I met her very early on, just like trying to do my start conversations thing years ago. And now she like exited totally. And she's like a cake decorator, like a caterer. She like caters desserts for like conferences and stuff like that, like corporate dinners.
That's cool.
Like, yeah, it's super cool. But like, she was like, I'm done playing this game. And she switched to this other thing.
Yeah, I mean,
and I'm like, that's great. Like being disenchanted with the work and going for this other thing.
That's definitely a good option. Blow it up and start over. I think a less nuclear option.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying, like, nothing's impossible. There are no rules.
There are no rules, but if you have bills to pay and you don't know how to bake cakes, even though that's your passion in life, you can just start to outsource some of the things that you don't like. One of the first things we do with clients is have them do a time and energy assessment, self-assessment. And most of them are doing like half the things they do every day they don't like. And there's very simple things that you like. Most people hate bookkeeping and accounting if they hopefully even do it in their business, because some people just don't. I mean, I didn't for the first few years, but that's something you can very easily outsource. If you're getting tired of clicking buttons, you can outsource it. If you're lonely and tired of working alone, you can get a contractor, or you can try to find a co-founder. We have a client who was really lonely, and she stopped working with us after a few months because she went back in-house. And then she hated being in-house. She was like, I'm glad I did that, because now I know that I never want to go back in-house. Like, that sucked.
And she was relatively successful pretty fast. Like
She was killing it. She was
killing it.
She was doing like 25, 30K months. Like, she was doing a good,
pretty fast.
pretty fast. But she was lonely, I think, was the ultimate. Like, she wasn't like excited about waking up and doing this stuff. And anyway, long story short, it's been about almost 10 months now since we started working with her. She's thinking about coming back, working with us again, because she's found a co-founder and she's all excited.
She's got a business partner now.
It's like the options are endless, right? So you can go nuclear, or you can go, what's the opposite of nuclear?
Even keel. What is the opposite of the nuclear? Just the pretty chill, reasonable option.
Yeah. So anyway, I think that's a good place to end it.
Yeah. I don't know if there's a moral here. I don't know. I think the moral is like, think about how much you give a shit.
Yeah, and be nice, to be kind.
If it's just not where you want it to be, if it's just not where you want it to be,
yeah. And
look around and
kind
ask
to
yourself a
yourself
serious
too.
question. Yeah, be kind to yourself. But ask yourself a serious question.
Yeah.
Do I really give a shit? Because if I don't really give a shit, it's probably why.
Yeah.
And you can also just decide. That's like the great thing about being a human, is like you can also just change your mind and decide, I'm going to give a shit, and go and operate as such. It's a great thing about it. You can be anyone you want to be.
All right. It's a good place to end. See you next time.
See you next time. And that's the way the cookie crumbles. Yeah, and we'll tune in next time to find out if we ever get a sign off.
No, that ship has far
we're never gonna
sailed.
do
We're
it.
going to
We're
ramble
just
our way
gonna-
out of here forever.